guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have the finale slash intro for my Penna palette for you. And like finale slash intro wise, this isn't gonna be my most exciting of either, but let's jump in either way. Let's do finale first, but to be honest, let's not let's not bury whatever is gonna happen next. I still have so much left of this palette, and as you guys might know if you've been following me for a while, I tend to roll over my palette from last year into the new year and most of the time add something else to it. I'm not doing that this year, in the sense that I'm not rolling anything new in. I've still got plenty to work on in the palettes that I am working on right now, and with all the changes that are coming up in this new year for me, it just doesn't make sense to add more to this. So in that sense, it is kind of boring. I'm going to keep working on the same products, but I always find it satisfying to actually have stuff finished. So if you're there with me, then hopefully you guys will enjoy the fact that I'm not overwhelming myself too much with yet another palette that is going to be added to this. Anyway, let's go through the palettes that I have been working on, starting off with my Catrice The Seasons Must-Have palette. Let's take a quick look at what that one looked like last time. And my main goals were to try and finally make some proper progress again on that teal shade, if I'm correct, as well as keep working on the burgundy. And this is where we are right now. Well, as you can probably tell, the teal shade is definitely starting to, like, be gone. Hopefully in the next, I'm guessing 2 months, there won't be any eyeshadow left in there anymore. There's one shade less in here to be working on, but let's go through the shades one by one, talk through my usage, which has been about a month. Looking at the amount of uses that I have, I feel like it's been a little bit less, but maybe with all the stuff happening, I just haven't been wearing as much makeup recently. I don't know. Anyway, number one, we've got the burgundy shade right here. I have used that one 17 times since the last time, bringing me to a total of 237 uses. Slow and steady wins the race with this one. I'm using this in my outer V pretty much every day at the moment. I've basically got one look that I'm doing, that I'm going to every single time I am doing my makeup. Potentially changing up the lip a little bit, but outside of that, you'll see that my usage is very straightforward this month. So yeah, that's that one. The gray shade, once again, I did not use. I feel like I would use it in a very similar way as I do the teal shade, because both of them are kind of like transition-y shades for me. The gray is not as dark as it might seem. So I want to finish up the teal shade first, and then I might move back to that gray shade, which is very intimidating to me still because there's so much left, but we'll see. So yeah, then the teal shade I have used another 16 times. One time I guess I forgot to use it, and there was no point in adding it at the end of my look. But the 16 uses brought me to a total of 90 right now. And yeah, I do have hope that this one will be done, say, by the end of February, which would be one shade less to worry about, and I can move my focus to something else again. Then we have the No Name palette that, like I said, is gonna once again be my main focus this year. Let's take a look at what that one looked like last time. And for this one, I think my main focus was going to be on the pink and brown at the top or bottom, because I think I've turned the picture around for you guys, as well as the very light gray shade that I was trying to hit side pan on. And this is where we are right now. So let's also go through these shades one by one. They will be up here. I won't be holding this up because I'll be putting that mirror straight in your face as well. Shade 1 was already gone, nothing to say about that. Shade number 2 I have used an additional 20 times, bringing me to 102 uses right now. This is what I use on my lid as kind of like my base every day, but I have been topping a pigment on top of it, which maybe in a way defeats the purpose of using it, but at least I'm going to use out of it this way, which works for me right now. So just let me be. 102 uses on that one. It's moving very slowly because I'm just using a very like normal shader brush for that. especially when I compare it to the shades that I'm using in my crease, that I'm using a crease brush for. It's just very different, like the amount of product I go through by using these different types of brushes. But the brown shade next to that I used 20 times as well, and you can definitely see that there is a way bigger difference on that one when you compare like previous month to this month than for the pink one. But that one 20 times, 151 uses in total right now. My battery is starting to blink, so that's great. So let's try and get through this before my camera dies. So I'll just quickly say shade 567 I did not use at all, so we're not going to waste too much time on that. Shade 8 I finished off last month, so that is not, yeah, that doesn't need any discussion anymore either. Shade number 9 I've used an initial 20 times as well. Very boring in my usage in that sense. 181 uses in total, and as you can see there still is plenty of work to be done in that one, so I might be wearing that one on my kind of like the inner part of my lid for the rest of the year to be able to finish that off. We'll see what's gonna happen with that. But yeah. Then shade number 11, I was out for Christmas, like our company Christmas party. I stayed at a hotel closer to where my office is for 2 nights, and that is when I use this type of shade as my brow bone highlight, so I don't have to bring a completely separate palette. So 2 more uses on that one bring me to a total of 13 for that shade. Then I have not used the blues either, but the dark green I've used 19 times. One time I forgot. I'm using that as my eyeliner at the very least every single time I do my makeup, except for one time apparently. That brings me to a total of 138 uses, and that one for sure is gonna take me forever still as well. I'm gonna have to start using that at least in my outer V a little bit more if I want to get through that this year. And then shade 16, one time I wanted a more green look, so I used that one time since last time, bring me to a total of 44. Then looking at the blushes, I used the second blush in the palette one more time to finish it off. Bring me to a total of 102 uses to get that one done, so not too bad. And since then I have moved to basically blush number 5, like the bottom one of the darker 2 blushes that are still left. I've used that one 19 times because 20 minus 1. And that brings me to a total of 19 uses on that. I was secretly hoping I might be able to hit pan on that in that time. Didn't manage to, so that's still going to be a work in progress for this year. 2 blushes left to work on in that palette too. So yeah, I'm kind of rushing through a little bit because I'm scared of my battery dying, but goals for next time for this palette, try and see if I can use up pretty much all, at least half of what's left in that teal shade. Let's see what we can do. I think I should be able to finish it off in the next 2 months. And then here, well, we're gonna probably finish off the brown shade in the next month for sure. And then I'm gonna have to move to something else that I'm gonna use as kind of my main outer corner crease shades, which might actually be the green. We might go green. But I'll see what I feel like. Hopefully make some good progress on the pink as well. Try and see if I can finish most of that off. My guess is that's about 2 months left in there as well. And then I'm still going to be working on like this shade and this shade as my like inner eyelid part and eyeliner shade as well. And the rest of it, we'll just see what I move to when I start finishing up other shades. That's it for today. Thank you guys very much for watching, and I hope to see you in one of my next videos. Bye bye!